there. So, today I'll be restringing my Alhambra guitar with the Martin ball end classical guitar strings. Now I'd wanted to try these out for a while just because they're $5 at my local music store, and I've always been curious, does a $5 set of strings sound any good? Also, they're ball end, so I've wanted to try that just to see if does it make a difference in restringing time, does it make a difference in tone and quality. Some people say you shouldn't use a ball end string on a classical guitar, but if that's the case, then why would a reputable company like Martin use ball end strings? Let's find out. First, I'm going to open up this package, and then you'll see me restring my guitar, and we'll do a sound test. So it's conveniently got a little notch here that you can use to open up the strings. That's quick and easy. Alright. So on the back we do have a bit of information here. It's got an easy playing feel, excellent tuning stability, and a warm, clear tone. And they're made by C.F. Martin in Mexico. So, looks like the strings are individually packaged, each in their own little paper sleeve, and it has the string labeled here. String will uncoil when removed, etc., etc. So, what I'm curious is if, let's just take out one of the A's, I guess. I'm just curious to see if there's not really any different color. I'm guessing that the packets here are what differentiate the strings. I know D'Addario, for instance, put different colors on their classical strings, but it looks like that doesn't seem to be the case here, with Martin at least. Let's check out one of the, I don't know, let's try the B, why not? Let's check out one of the trebles. And no, it looks like it's just black, so it's not any different color as far as I can tell. Now they all seem to be the same. They're uniform, so they're not different colors at the end, but that's okay. As long as you're reading the packet, you'll know what to put where. So, alright, great. I'm gonna give these a shot, string up my guitar, and afterwards I'll give it a day or two probably to kind of stretch out, and then we'll do a sound test. I feel like doing a sound test like the day of putting the strings on is never a good idea because the strings obviously start to lose pitch, etc. while you're playing, and I want to see is this actual excellent tuning stability claim going to live up to what Martin has put on their packaging. Alright, let's go string it up. Alright, so it's a couple hours later, and I'm going to string up the guitar with the Martin ball end. As you can see, I've given the guitar a polish. You hadn't done it for quite a while, so I thought it deserved it. And I'm going to probably time-lapse most of this, but I want to walk you guys through, see if ball end is really quicker, and also to see how the process goes, if it's easy or if it's hard, etc. But to give you an idea of what it'll be like with ball end strings. Alright, let's get started. Alright, that's the bases. Alright, so I'll probably just stop here for purposes of the fact that you can see that they're on, and at this point all I have to do is tune it up a little bit more, trim up all of these ends, and then get to playing. Since this isn't a restringing, this is just a show about the ball end. Let's take a quick look. Hi, so before we get on to the sound test, I wanted to share a couple of thoughts about the Martin ball end classical guitar strings. First, they have the standard silver-plated basses and clear nylon trebles. Now, the nylon is so clear, in fact, that from a distance it almost looks like there's no treble strings on at all. The overall feel is very nice under the hands. They're quite thick. They have a very, nice thick gauge, so they're good if you have bigger hands, or you might want to grip your strings a little bit more, or you're a hard player. So the Augustines that I've been playing before, I had to really adjust my playing style because of buzzing, etc. But with these Martins, it kind of feels like I'm back to normal. So I wouldn't recommend these for absolute beginners just because of the tension. If you wanted to bar further down, you can do it, but you do need quite a bit of grip. I would recommend these, number one overall, to people who are just looking for a good value. So if you're doing gigs or playing shows, etc., and you need to change strings quite frequently, these are a great value at $5.99. And to tell you the truth, a lot of times when you're playing a wedding or something, you're really just background noise. You're just kind of plucking along. The people aren't going to know the difference between Pro Arte strings or Martin ball end. They're just going to hear someone's playing the guitar. So if you have a lot of gigs and you go through strings a lot, these could save you a lot of money in the long run at $5.99. In fact, it's almost half a set of Pro Arte for $9.99. So they were quite easy to install also, so if you have trouble tying on at the bridge, or you just, for whatever reason, don't want to go to the effort, then this was quick and easy. You saw in the previous section that it only took me a few minutes. I did time-lapse it, but it only took me a few minutes to actually get the physical strings on. Now the tuning, etc. did take a little longer, as usual, but just the physical act of getting the strings on, there was no tying involved. It was just kind of put it in, pull it out with a pair of tweezers, and then crank it up and you're good. So that's my thoughts. I'm going to get to the sound test now, play a couple of period pieces first, then I'm going to move on to the Romantic era, and I'm going to move on to a couple of modern pieces. And I'll probably use most of the pieces I've done in my previous string reviews. That way you can kind of compare set to set how they sound based on my reviews. And I might throw a few different things in there too though, so alright, let's get on to the sound test. thank you for joining me.